to the studio at Dynamic Health. This program that we put together is going to be more core based and quite a lot of hip work going on. So we're going to start actually sitting on the mat today. Okay, I'm going to start stacking the spine, nice length through the spine, just bend your legs, have your feet flat on the mat. If that feels alright, for some people it doesn't, then just bring your feet forward slightly and if your toes lift, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to do a few roll downs just to mobilise the spine before we crack on with our abdominal exercises. So I just want you to take your hands around the back of your legs and we're just going to tuck under, roll halfway down and then slowly come up, roll those shoulders back, roll the tail under. So we're rolling the tail under towards the back of the legs, come up and then stack the spine and resetting those shoulders each time. So tuck in under, guys. Slowly come up, roll those shoulders back. Big exhale as you roll. Come up, roll those shoulders back. One more time. And then slowly come up. Good, we're going to go all the way down now. Okay, so again, just keep hold of your legs, just slowly assist yourself down. All the way. Now before we start, you might need a little towel that you can fold and use as a little cushion under your head, or you might actually have a cushion or a pillow there. So I'm just going to put those at the side, okay? With some of the abdominal work you can do with your head and shoulders down. It can be a little bit stressful through the neck. Okay guys, so finding that important neutral position, just tilt the pelvis forward and back. And remember, using your pelvic floor muscles, using your TA muscle, and then just roll those shoulders back and down a few times. Draw the shoulder blades down, draw your chin in, and just find that neutral position for your neck there. Now from neutral, we're going to tuck under into imprint straight away. So tuck under a little bit more, lift the pubic bone slightly higher, feel the back pressing down, and then from there we're going to take the right foot off, and then the left foot off. So the knees are above the hips, good. In tabletop position. And then we're just going to take our hands around the back of the legs. And we're going to lift ourselves into flexion. Now this is where you might find this quite difficult, especially on the neck. So if you have got a cushion or a towel, you may want to just keep your head and shoulders down and do the exercises in this position. It's entirely up to you guys. See how we get on. We're having a little rest for the neck in between each set anyway. So from imprint, flexion, draw your chin down so we've got flexion in the neck. Release your arms to the side, palms down. Now from the hip, we're going to tap the floor. Now you can heel tap or you can toe tap, so it's up to you. You can put the full foot down, but we're holding from the hip, guys, yeah? Do 4 more. You can always place one hand behind, supporting the neck, and you can always stick to this version if you want to as well. Now draw the knees in, head and shoulders down. Taking your head from side to side, and we're just doing this just to rest the neck a little bit. And then we're going to come straight back into that position. We're going to bring our arms into it this time. So as my left foot goes down, my right arm goes back. Or again, you can just do the first version, supporting the neck. You may want to place your hand down 3 more times. Keep the navel drawn into the back of the spine. Draw the knees in, head and shoulders down, and again just take your head from side to side. Third set, we're going to come back up, arms out, single legs but both arms this time. Draw the navel in. Keep the back pressed into the mat. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and draw those knees in, head and shoulders down. Good, just rock yourself from side to side. You're going to take the left foot down and have the foot in line with the hip. Keep the right foot off and have the knee directly above the hip. And just relax your arms to your side. Just make sure we've got that neutral position. We're going to just circle the hip. We're going to circle the hip in, down and around. And just try and keep your hips level. Try not to rock from side to side. This is a version of hip circumduction. And we're just going to go in the opposite direction. Again, try and keep your hips nice and level. Keep your stabilizer switched on. Your core muscles are working even when we're doing this. Just do that one more time. Good. Draw the knee in, foot down, and do the same on the other side. And make sure your stabilizing leg is very still as well. We don't want it flopping in and out. Keep the knee pointing out, keep your foot flat on the mat there. Again, neutral position, circle the hip, keep the leg bent. I'm just showing you modifications, variations of doing hip circumduction. All depends on what's going on around the hip, what's going on in the lower back, and your core as well. So it all comes into play even when we're doing this. So we're going to be showing you variations of leg positions and then you choose. Good, let's do that 2 more times. One more time. And then draw that knee in, foot down on the floor. And then we're going to roll over onto the side. Good. And then just supporting your head. You can take your arm nice and long there, or you can just fold it and draw the knees forward. So we're anchoring ourselves down. And again, just make sure we've got that neutral position. Remember, just lifting that waist away as we tuck under, keeping your core muscles engaged, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. And we're going to bring our arm out in front, make a little fist there. So a nice rotation. So we're going to inhale, take the fist up towards the ceiling. I'm turning my head at the same time. Exhale, open, so we feel that nice rotation. Yeah. Then we're going to inhale, take the arm up. Exhale down. There's lots of breathing variations of this. This is my variation of it. So breathing up, exhale up. Breathing up, exhale back. Good. Breathing up, exhale. Without rolling back, guys. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Breathing up, exhale. Breathing up, exhale back. And again, another exercise which is rotating the spine but opening the chest and the shoulders as well. So we're going to just take the legs back a little bit and have the big toes together. And again, staying in that position, we're going to go into a simple clam position now. So we're just going to rotate the hip back, open the hip, without throwing our body weight back. Good, let's do that 10 times. Now most people feel quite different from one hip to the other. Some people have got a lot of mobility, flexibility around the hip. Some people have very little movement there. So everybody's going to be slightly different on this one. One more time. Good, and bring it down. Good, we're going to go onto the other side. It's a great little exercise for mobilising the hip, but also strengthening all those muscles that support the hip as well. So we're going to bring the knees forward, and again supporting your head. Find that neutral position, make that fist. We're going to breathe in up, exhale over. Just feel that nice rotation through the spine. Inhale up. Keeping those hips stacked. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Just feels so nice through the rib cage, the spine, shoulders, chest. Good, and then bring it down. And then just draw, keeping your legs bent, but draw them back a little bit. And just check that you've got that neutral position there, guys. Good, so we're not rolling back. Tuck under, big toes together, and then open. Good. This feels quite different for me on this side. We're all slightly different from one hip to the other. But it's a great little exercise for strengthening all those stabilising muscles and working all your hip rotators as well. One more time. Good. And then just roll onto your back. Good. And then draw your knees in and just rock yourself from side to side. So again, we're going to go to our second set of abdominal exercises. All these exercises for our core and tabletop position. So I start in tabletop position. Just going to edge myself down just a little bit and then bring the cushion over, just in case I need it. Again guys, make sure we tuck under, neutral, and then straight into imprint, and then we're going to come back into our tabletop. And again, lifting yourself up into flexion, chin downwards and cranial flexion there. You use the cushion if you want to. So again guys, arms out. And also stick with the same version if your neck does stress, because you can always just keep support for your neck, yeah? Okay, so arms out. This time, we're just going to push the heel away, draw it back. And you can lower the leg down if you prefer. It's just another version of a single leg stretch, but we're holding the flexion there. Good. Let's do that 2 more times. And bringing our arms into the equation. Draw the knees in, head and shoulders down. Take your head from side to side. Bring yourself straight back up. Release the arms. So alternate the arms this time. Again, stick to the first version if this irritates your neck, so you can support your neck. Draw your knees in, head from side to side. Come back into tabletop, both arms this time, guys. Can you keep your leg nice and high if you prefer? Good. 4 more. Draw those knees in. Take your head from side to side. Excellent. Alright, so back to our hip circumduction. So we're going to keep the left foot down. And we're going to extend the right leg up this time, but stick with the first version if you want to. And again, find that neutral position there. Good. Relax your arms to the side. And we're just going to circle the hip down and around. Again, just keep your eye on your pelvic position. Keep your hips in line and keep this supporting leg nice and still. Good. 1 more time. And now the opposite direction. If you feel any clicking or clunking going around, because it can put a little bit of stress around the sacrum there and around the hip joint, and just make the circles a little bit smaller maybe, or maybe go back to that bent leg. Good. Draw the knee in, foot down, and then do the same on the other side. You may want to take that supporting foot a little bit wider as well, and again find that neutral position. Point the toes and circle. Just use your arms to help. Got a little bit of clicking going on there around my hips, my sacrum. So keeping the circle a little bit smaller today on that, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Usually on the external rotation, if you feel any clunking or clicking going on, it's usually on the external rotation side. Good. Draw the knee in. Excellent stuff. And then place that foot down. I'm going to whiz myself around so we can start on the same side. The rotation there. Okay. So, this time I'm going to add a little bit of weight. And it's entirely up to you. You can just do the rotation, the side twist. Just without the weight if you prefer. Just challenges it that little bit more. Or you can take a can of beans or something, whatever you've got out of your cupboard, and use that if you haven't got any weights. So again guys, knees forward, anchor yourself down and take your weight into your hands. So it's just challenging your core a little bit more. Okay guys, so we're going to inhale, take the weight up, exhale over, inhale, take it up, exhale back. Now if you're using a little weight, it's a little bit more challenging the further back we go. Our body wants to roll back because of the weight that we've got here, so you've got to use your core muscles a little bit more. Good, 3 more times. Inhale, take it up, exhale over. Just feel that little bit of work through your shoulder as well. Good. Inhale, up, exhale. Inhale, up. Good. And again, one more time. Also going to feel it through the back of the shoulders, the front of the shoulders. Alright guys, I'm just going to place that weight down. I'm just going to push my legs back a little bit so we can go back to clam. And we're just going to add a little pulse this time. So find that neutral position, guys. Support yourself there. Relax your head down. And we're going to pulse it up for 3. One more, and bring it down, and go on to the other side. Remember, you can do more reps if you prefer when you're doing this little workout yourself. Okay, and then just support yourself. Grab my weight there. Good, and again, optional if you use the weight, and then bring your hand forward. And again, draw your knees forward. Find that neutral position. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, open. Inhale, up, exhale, back. Like I said, you'll see lots of variations of breathing on this little exercise. This is just a nice simple version. But on our last set, we're going to use it as a little stretch. Good. One more time. Placing that weight out, I'm just going to push my knees back a little bit. And again, just check that I haven't lost that neutral position, my big toes together. And we're going to open the hip. Good, and again. Feels quite nice around the hip, there's. Good, 2 more times I think. Started to lose count a little bit. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Draw it down. Come on to your back. Good. Draw those knees in. And again, just rock yourself from side to side. So back to our third abdominal workout. So again, we're going to come back to neutral, back to imprint. Come back into tabletop, hands around the back. Lift yourself up, and then we're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling this time. Arms out. We're going to lower the left leg down. Oh, we're going to keep the arms there, sorry. We're going to let the left leg down, and then bring it back up. Good. And reverse the breathing if you want to. This is going to be quite challenging. Through the hip flexors, so just be a little bit careful on that. If you do feel quite challenged around here, then don't take the leg too far down. And we're just going to do 2 more. Good. Draw the knees in, head from side to side, and again, come back in to tabletop, extend your legs, and alternate your arms. Good. So even though we're core based, there's still work going on around the hips. 4 more. Remember, only take the leg all the way down. If that feels alright. In your lower back and around your hips, in your lower abdomen. Okay. So we've got 1 more set, guys. Bring yourself back up now. Extend those legs. Both arms go back. Keep the navel drawn into the back of the spine. Good. Draw the knees in, head and shoulders down, just take your head from side to side. Alright guys, so take your left foot down, and again, just find that neutral, even imprint position if that feels better. and then extend that right leg out. Now you can extend this leg out a little bit, or you can extend it out fully, but just make sure that feels alright for you around the pelvis and around the lower back when you're doing this, and relax your arms to the side and circle. And again, make sure that we're not rocking from side to side. Try and keep those hips nice and level. 2 more times. Good. Now opposite direction. All the way back up. Good. And again, everybody's different. You can do small circles, big circles. 1 more time. Draw that knee in. Good. Draw your left heel in. And then place the right foot down. And then from there, we're going to extend that left leg up, point your toes, and then extend a little bit all the way. And again, it's going to feel slightly different on this side. You might find that it feels okay to extend both legs on one side, but maybe not on the other. Keeping your hips nice and level. Good. Lots of clicking going on around my hips today. I've been doing quite a lot of running, so maybe that's why. Good. Good. 2 more. Ooh, a lot of clicking going on there. And then draw that knee in. If you can hear that, it actually feels quite nice. Draw both knees in. And then just rock yourself from side to side. Again, guys, we're going to whiz around to the other side. And we're going to use our rotation as a little stretch this time. Okay, so we're going to come down. So there's 2 versions you can do with or without the weight. And then this one we're just going to use as a little stretch. And we're just going to hold it for about 30 seconds. It's a nice way to open the ribs, open the chest, open the shoulders. Feel that nice twist around your core. So again, just find that neutral position. Take your arm out in front. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then hold it there. Some of you might be able to get that shoulder all the way down. And then you can look towards your fingertips. Or you can just look up towards the ceiling. Just feel that nice opening of your shoulder and your chest there. Or you can turn and look towards your elbow, look towards your knees. It's entirely up to you. Just get a nice neck position. Obviously when we turn and look the opposite way, it's creating more rotation through the spine. Take a nice deep breath in. As you bring your fingertips up, and then exhale all the way back. Now another variation of the clam. So we're going to take my legs back a little bit. We're just going to do a few reps of these. Just again find that neutral position, guys. So it's a little combination. So we open, and then we rotate the hip forward, drawing the knees together, pointing the toes up. Then we rotate back. Good. And then we draw the knees back. So breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Kind of nice combination of rotations through the hip. So let's do that just 3 more times. Nice little exercise. Good, 1 more time. And then bring it down. Good. So let's go on to the other side. Again, supporting your head, draw your knees forward. This is another variation, this stretch is another variation of which we've put on one of our other programs. So if this feels a little bit awkward to stretch, you just come onto your back and then just drop your knees to one side. So this is a variation of it, guys. So if this doesn't feel right for you, just come onto your back and draw your knees to one side. And again, it's up to you whether you have your head facing the knees or away from the knees there. Okay, so that's something that you can change to whilst we're having a little stretch here. So again, just find that neutral position, guys. Breathing up, exhale. And again, it's going to feel slightly different Maybe on this side. I'm just going to look up towards the ceiling. And just resting my head back into the palm of my hand there, that feels quite nice. And then just holding that for a couple more breaths. Keeping that shoulder open, keeping that chest open. Any stretch or any exercise, which we mentioned earlier, that opens the chest and the shoulders, is always a good thing. And a lot of people tend to suffer with rounding of the shoulders, rounding of the upper back. This is a really good thing for you to do, guys, if that's you. Breathe in, take your fingertips up, exhale all the way back. And again, just push those knees away. Let's go back to our last bit of work on this program now. So going back to that version of clam, and then just again tucking under there. So bring your big toes together. We're going to open, drop the knee down, open, and then draw the knees back together again. Feels really nice around the hip. Ooh, a little bit of cramp in my calves there. Good, and then bring it down. Let's do that 3 more times. Up. Oh, this running causes all these problems. Get back. Open. Rotate. Rotate. Bring it back. Let's just do that 1 more time, so completely lost count now. Good. Bring it down, and then come onto your back. Good, draw those knees in. Again, just rock yourself from side to side. Just draw the right knee in and extend that left leg out. And a little stretch, and then go on to the other side. And then bending both legs. Again, find that neutral position, palms down, just bring yourself up. It's going to come round. It's a nice little program working your core and around your hips, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.